One of my favorite things to do with my Cricut is to use heat transfer vinyl. It's actually my favorite material they've ever invented. In this mashup, I have put together some of my favorite projects so that you can see all the things you can do with heat transfer vinyl. You're not going to believe what's happening in the second video. Let's dive in. Awesome. Okay, are we ready to dive in?
I think we are, because we got a lot to cover today.
Let's do it.
Let's go ahead and hop over, and y'all, we are gonna be making these super cute glittered hats, but we're using actual glitter.
Ooh.
What do you think we're gonna use for this? So we're gonna be teaching you how you can use real glitter and truly customize a hat with a gradient look to it, whatever. And we're gonna be using Caesar Easy Weed adhesive as that's the glue that holds this all together. So let's talk about Caesar Easy Weed adhesive real quickly. What is it? What is it good for? This is a clear, and we'll go overhead. This is like a clear HTV. You can see it works just like an HTV. You have a shiny side. You can see the shiny side here, and then it has more of a dull side. So just like any other HTV, you are gonna cut it with this is the carrier sheet, or the shiny side. You're gonna cut it mirrored with your material upside down. You're gonna weed it just like HTV. You're gonna adhere it onto your blank just like HTV. But then what we're gonna do is we are going to add glitter to that. And y'all, be warned, this can get messy a little bit. Buckle up. But it's so much fun. And then we're going to adhere this glitter to the Caesar Easy Weed adhesive. Now, let's talk about all of the supplies that we do have here on the table. The reason that we are doing this on a hat, let's talk about that, because I know you all are seeing the hat press. We have the hats here. I know we're gonna get the question, can this be done on other materials? And y'all, the short answer is yes, it can be. Let's talk about it. Here you can see on this little onesie, we did a test with the Caesar Easy Weed adhesive and glitter on it. This is one that has not been washed on the bottom. You can see that it shows up really, really well. This is one that has been washed, and you can see where the glitter has fallen off. So we did put it through a wash test. This is why we're not doing it on a shirt, and why we decided to do it on a hat, because you don't have to wash hats as often as you have to wash shirts.
Love it.
And it's just one of those things that when you wash garments, like I said, this is not gonna be a permanent solution, but this is a quick and easy solution for a hat, or for something that, you know, you just don't require a lot of washing.
Yep.
I'm gonna be real honest. I know that you're gonna ask, is it completely permanent? I mean, I can go in here and kind of like rub it off. So I'm gonna say it's not completely permanent, but still, this looks phenomenal. And we'll go back to one. I mean, if I'm wearing a hat, I'm not gonna be taking my hand and rubbing it like this. It's just gonna be on my head.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's why we're doing it on a hat instead of a shirt. As I mess up my headband, sorry guys. Okay, so let's talk about, go back overhead and we'll talk about the materials that we have. Of course, we do have our blank. This is just a little hat that we got from Hobby Lobby. You can get them from Amazon, wherever. We do have our Caesar Easy Weed adhesive. We have our favorite Starcraft glitter here. We are using the hat press today. You don't have to use the hat press with this. This just allows us to get it all in one time. Like I said, you don't have to use the hat press. You can use a mini easy press with this. It is very simple to use a mini easy press. I would just do it one area at a time, but it can be done.
So good.
We do also have a Teflon sheet, or you can use butcher's paper. I may actually send you out to get me some butcher's paper to lay down on the table, and also turn the air on.
Yeah.
Because I shouldn't have worn a sweater today. Shouldn't have worn a sweater today.
So good. I'm on both of those tasks.
Other than that, I do have some painter's tape, and y'all, that's just to help with glitter control.
Yep.
That is truly just to help with glitter control. Other than that, we have our mat that we're going to be using to cut our Caesar Easy Wood adhesive. This is just a strong grip mat because that was what was under the table. Y'all know us, we'll use whatever mat we have. So with all of that being said, we've gone over our materials. Let's talk really quickly about how you can, if we have any new people here with us today, let's talk really quickly about how you can get all of this supply list and the fonts and files that we have been working with this week for free. In case you didn't know, if you're not a member, we still want you to feel loved, supported, and appreciated around here just for showing up for us. So during boot camp week, all we ask, if you want the supply list and you want the fonts and files that we have used this week for free, all you have to do is give us your email. We will then email you the supply list and all the files that we're going to be using. Sadie just dropped that for you. It is the one that has the camping emojis. It says bootcamp sign up. If you haven't done that already, click that link, give us your email, then turn around and check your email, and you're going to get a secret link to our supply list page. So let's go ahead and hop over to our supply list page just so I can show you what it looks like. Here is everything that we have created this week. Maybe this is your first day. If it is, you need to go back and watch because y'all, those projects were amazing this week. I loved every single one of those. And when you scroll down, you can see that you can grab the zip file here. What it's going to do is it's going to download. You'll click that, it's going to download, and then it will pop up in your Finder just like this. Actually, it will pop up. It says bootcamp files. It's going to be zipped. You do need to double click that and unzip that file. It will then turn into a folder. You're going to open up that folder and all of your files are going to be separated by what day. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that. So we are on day 5 and we are going to be working with the font Claire today. I am obsessed with the Claire font. I think it is so cute. I love it so much.
This is a font that I'm bringing into 2025.
Oh, for sure.
We had a full... Okay.
For sure.
I have a funny story to tell even you.
Please.
I haven't told you this.
Okay.
Somehow we were getting ready for our vision boards and we were reviewing and just at our house, my in-laws were still in town, and we were debating things we were keeping and bringing into 2025 and things we were leaving.
Okay.
And just the whole night, we ended up airplaying our phones and going through pictures of things we were keeping and leaving.
All right.
It was super fun. I would call this font something I'm bringing with me.
Claire's coming into 2025.
Coming into 2025.
Claire
Woo-hoo!
is coming with us.
Love it.
It is a beautiful font. We love Claire. So if you don't know how to do this, what you have to do to download a font for you to be able to use in Cricut Design Space, we'll go back to our share screen. You can see here it is an OTF. That means an open typeface font. Very easy. What you're going to do is you're going to double click that. Now, if you are on a PC or a Windows computer, you might have to right click and extract that font. It's then going to extract it. It will pull it up in your character map. You can see here we are on a Mac. It pulls it up here. All we have to do is click install font. It is going to install it in our font book on our computer. And then other than reloading Design Space, that's all we have to do. I mean, y'all, it is that simple.
So simple.
Now, once you have downloaded your font, you are going to open up Cricut Design Space. If it was already previously opened, if Cricut Design Space was previously open and then you upload a font, there is one important step that you must do next. If it was not on your computer, you need to come up here to view and then you need to reload. Now, if you do have something on your canvas, before you click that reload button, you must hit save. If you have something on your canvas that has not been saved and you reload, you are going to lose it. So make sure you click the save button before, and then you can come up here to view and reload. And if you haven't saved it, it will prompt you to save. I'll just go ahead and click save, and then it's just going to refresh Cricut Design Space. And now Cricut Design Space is going to recognize all of those new fonts or whatever else you have downloaded onto your computer for you to use inside this software. Okay, now we are ready to choose our word and put it on our hat.
Let's do it.
I mean, as far as getting prepped and ready for this project, it is pretty easy. It's just one font, but the thing with this project is all of the work comes in with the actual crafting.
This is very hands-on today.
Very hands-on.
You don't need to have a lot of Cricut skill. You need to just pull out your tried, your true craft skill.
Yes, this is a tried and true craft skill day. We're gonna be making this hat, and y'all, it's gonna be, I kind of like a good messy craft.
Yeah.
So every now and then.
Oh my gosh, so good.
Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is actually clean up my table because I want to have area to work and feel like I am organized. That is one of the things that I have noticed. That's one thing I am bringing into 2025.
Ooh.
An organized craft table.
I love it. Love it.
It doesn't look like it out there right now, but it's gonna be.
Shauna, you can totally upload these fonts into Canva. Great question.
Yes,
great
you
question.
can. You can upload all of our MGL fonts into Canva and use them as long as you have Canva Pro.
Woohoo!
So the first thing that I'm going to do is we're gonna come overhead and I'm going to measure my surface area on my hat. Now, most hats are gonna have around the same surface area, but if you're working with a smaller hat, maybe a youth size hat, you just want to double check and make sure. So I do not personally want my word to be larger than 5 inches in length and probably like 2.25 at most in height.
I will say it's probably less than you think.
It is going to be less than you think. So let me just show you really quickly. Let's look at this one. And if we're measuring side to side, we're not even 5.5. We're a little over 5 here. And then top to bottom, it looks like we're measuring 2.25. How about that?
How about that?
How about that?
Looks good.
Catch me outside. How about that? Okay, so now what I like to do is, not all the time do I do this, but I love doing this, especially for my beginners, is I love coming into Design Space and grabbing a shape that is really going to represent the surface area that I'm going to be working with. Now, I don't think we've done this all week, just representing that area. So I want to show you what we really like to do to give us an idea of what it looks like in the space. So I've just grabbed a square. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to come up here to the top and I'm going to hit this unlock button. And remember, I said I didn't want my width. I think I said any larger than 5. And actually for this hat, yeah, 5 is it. It doesn't need to be. And I think because this hat is a little bit smaller than this one, so that's why you always need to measure your hat. So I'm gonna do a width of 5, and I said a height of 2. We'll do 2.25. And that is going to be my working area. Now, if you want to, you can leave it this solid color. If that bothers you, you can change it to the color of your blank. Today we're working with white. We do have a white background. You can change the color of your background in case you didn't know. You come over here to your right-hand layers panel, and at the bottom where it says blank canvas, make sure you click that where it's highlighted gray, and then come up here to color, and you can change the color of your canvas to really help you see it. Now I can see there's a white square here that represents the front of my white hat.
Yes.
So now what I'm gonna do is all I have to do is grab a text box. Remember, I said we were using font Claire. So I'm coming up here to the top where it says fonts. I'm gonna go over to my system fonts, and all I'm gonna do is type in the word clear.
Love that.
And there it is.
Boom.
Boom. Look at that. Now you can choose your word. We're just gonna put cheers
Love that.
on our hat. And now you're like, but Lauren, that's a long word and it looks different than this one. Of course it does, because we're about to do something that normally I would tell you to never do.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna,
I'm losing it, y'all.
we might be a little Delulu around here.
We have been
okay.
trying to come up with words, y'all. I've never seen me and Lauren so like lost for words.
I know.
Like
Today,
it's been a long week.
our brains have not been braining very well. Any Hoosier. So I'm just sizing this word down to fit within here. And yes, we're gonna stretch it. This font is actually one that can be stretched. There's not a problem for you to stretch this font. So what I'm going to do is unlock it. Why is it not stretching? What is going on? Oh, I thought something was wrong.
It's just us
It's
talking.
just you talking.
Listen, our clients, I love y'all so much because as soon as you start emailing customer support, they're like, Tanner, what is going on? What did you tell people? There's an influx. I was like, I told them to email y'all because they want a supply box. So I was just letting them know. And then also to email all our friends that may not be here live with us. So
Okay.
we're taking care of that.
So you can see this is our normal font. We're gonna go back. Remember, we're gonna stretch it. For some reason, this to me is where I should stretch it. This makes sense to stretch, but that's not where you got to go to stretch it. To stretch your font, you do need to make sure you unlock it here. And then we're gonna take this corner and we're just gonna pull it down. And like I said, this font is one that I actually think looks good stretched. Like it makes it look tall, it fills up the area. Not all fonts are gonna look good stretched, okay?
Right.
Yes, Lisa, that normally is a big no-no for me. I would say 9 times out of 10, 8.5 times out of 10, where it's a big no-no. However, when you're looking at a big blocky serif font, or you're looking at a blocky, maybe it's a sans serif, like just a bold font, sometimes stretching is okay, but you don't want to warp it so much that you can't read it. This, we've just made it a little taller. So let me show you again, we'll do it side by side. So cheers here. It looks great like that, but to fill up the area that we have, we want it to be a little taller, okay? So normally I'm gonna tell you don't stretch it, but like I said, a bold, blocky serif or sans serif font is okay to stretch every now and then, okay?
Love it.
Okay.
Okay, so you're saying, here's what, I'm just gonna repeat what you, like, just so everybody knows.
Okay.
We're not saying we always approve of this, but it is something that you can see every now and again as a little skill. No, I just don't want people to get too, oh, you want to find a font that
I'm
would be
gonna find a
bad.
font that I don't think is gonna look good stretched. See, you have to unlock it.
We just don't, can't even
That's
read
a
it.
no. That's a no to me.
Okay, the E's look like flip threes.
That's a no. Let's go back to our original. We'll change the font. We'll find another font. Competitive is already looks kind of stretched, like tall, but let's see what it looks like when we unlock it. So you can see this one is okay to stretch a little bit.
Right.
Because it is a blocky sans serif font, okay? It's your script fonts that don't look good stretched. Here is crimson. Look. No,
no.
That's a no. First of all, a script font, all caps, is a no.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So
Love it.
That's all. Now, what we're gonna do is you can, after you've sized it and you've filled up the area the way that you want to, y'all, that's it. We're ready to cut and craft.
Cut and craft. Let's
We're
do
ready
it.
to cut and
Let's
craft.
do it.
So now what we need to do is I'm just going to hide my other cheers. Where is it at? That's the one I need. I don't need this one. And then I'm also gonna hide my square, because you can either hide it or delete it depending on if you plan on coming back to this project,
Yeah.
if you want the same area to be there, if you want this to be there, I would just hide it. If you're ready to get rid of it, you can delete it. Either
Love
one is
it.
fine, okay? But now we're ready to send this to our Cricut machine,
So
y'all.
good.
So all
So
we
good.
have to do is click Make It.
Ooh.
We are going to mirror this because we are working with Caesar Easy Weed adhesive. Like I said, this is an HTV. Okay,
Yep.
so what we're gonna do is we are going to place this on our mat, and I'm just gonna cut this down to size so that I don't have to put this whole sheet on there.
Right.
So I'm just gonna take a small section here, cut that off, and we're gonna place it up here in the top right corner where our design is. Lay it down on our mat. We're gonna burnish it with the heel of my hand.
Love it. Now, what do we need to know about this material? I know a lot of people were saying, I've never used this, I'll have to grab some. What are our friendly tips now that we've played with it, we've tested it? Is there anything different than regular vinyl?
I found that it cuts, it weeds, it applies almost exactly like HTV.
Just like HTV, perfect.
The only thing is this is for sure going to be more of a cool to cold peel material.
Perfect.
Okay? If it is warm, if it is too hot and you try to take the carrier sheet up, I have found that this adhesive may tend to either come up off of your blank or it may stretch. Also, let's talk about this material because this material is also used for StarCraft Electrofoil.
Love it.
It is the best. I love Electrofoil. If you've never used it, we have some videos on our channel. So now that we have our material, we put shiny side down. So let's talk about that. I've seen that question a few times. The shiny side, guys, is your carrier sheet. And let me show you. Look, this is just like HTV. It's
Right.
just a clear HTV. I don't want you guys to get confused about this. This is truly a clear HTV that actually has adhesive on both sides. So shiny side is your carrier sheet. We're cutting it like an HTV. Shiny side goes down, dull side goes up.
Love it.
Okay? Beautiful. Oh, Patty, I'm so sorry for that, but so glad that you're here with us today. Okay, so now we are gonna go back to our share screen. We are gonna go to continue. Once that picks up our machine.
Judy, HTV stands for heat transfer vinyl.
Thank you for asking
Yeah,
that
great
question.
question.
Sometimes I tend to get in a teaching mode and I try my best to slow down. I love when you guys ask those questions. I want to make sure that we address those so that you know exactly what we're talking about.
And
But
also,
yes,
if you've heard of iron-on, it's the same thing. The
yes,
same thing.
iron-on or
transfer
HTV is the
vinyl.
same thing.
So good.
So back to our share screen. I did turn my hat press on to the second heat setting. Same thing if you're using a mini easy press heat setting of 2. Go ahead and turn that on. And then we're just cutting this on everyday iron-on. It's that simple. We're gonna load this into our machine. I heard the belt squeak a little bit. Sometimes when I hear noises coming from my machine, I get real nervous.
Like that noise?
Like that noise? Yeah. It makes me
That's funny.
nervous. It makes me nervous. And then we're just gonna click play. So, Paula has a good question. What else do you use Easy Weed adhesive for? I'm sure there are a lot
It's
more
it's just
things.
it's like comparable to Easy Weed is everyday iron-on with Cricut, so it's just an everyday.
But
heat
I'm trying to
transfer
think
vinyl.
of what we would use the adhesive for, other than like, I think it's mainly made for like, I think Caesar has their own type of foil,
Someone
possibly.
asked, is this material heat activated? Yes.
Yes,
So
it
just
is
so
heat
everybody's aware,
activated.
it's not vinyl, it's heat activated.
Yes.
Which is why, like, can you just show them the example of the finished one, like
Yeah.
up close? Guys, this is why the precision looks so good. It's heat activated instead of just regular vinyl. So, like,
Yeah.
if you want to get store-bought quality, you gotta
Yeah.
do what we do. Now,
Okay.
what I would do, here's a great idea. Lauren, tell me your thoughts on this. What if but you sprayed this with some type of sealer
Oh, for sure.
before you pulled off the excess? Oh, sorry. No. You can
I would
spray
brush
it.
off the
Yeah,
excess and
yeah.
then maybe, but like, it's gonna have to be a fabric, and like, I
Yeah.
don't know, like, I'm not gonna spray this with polyacrylic because it's gonna make this. It's gonna have to be it's gonna have to be a flexible. That's why we decided to put it on
Not
a hat
on a shirt, yeah.
and not a shirt.
Love it.
No, I mean, there was some glitter, and I'll pull it back in. It's not like the glitter completely washed off the shirt.
It's just not our.
It's just not the best.
And it feels really good.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, once you wash it, there's nothing coming off of it. Like
Sure.
what is stuck on there seems to be stuck on there.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look the best, which is why I think this technique might be better done on a garment or
Sure.
something that just doesn't need to be washed all the
Yeah.
time. Okay. I was getting on here and I wanted to go to the Caesar website. Caesar no. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up, and we're gonna actually look at the Caesar website
Okay.
and see what the Caesar Easy Weed, what it says all you can use for it. So let's go to Easy Color, nope, Heat Transfer Vinyl, Easy Weed Adhesive. Okay. So here is the Caesar Easy Weed adhesive. It is an all-purpose HTV adhesive.
Love it.
It creates a glazed tone-on-tone appearance that's trending. The milky colored adhesive features pressure-sensitive carrier and low application temperature that's gentle enough for almost all heat-sensitive fabrics. But it looks like they mainly used it for foil.
Right.
So it's mainly used for foil, but this glitter is just like another little hack for you, okay? So now that this is cut, oh, there it is. It's like really tiny up in the top, and you all are not gonna be able to see it at all. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you. Until we weed it off, but it weeds just like any other Caesar material. It weeds so
good.
beautifully.
Love that.
And you can see, I do have to hold it over to the side to see. Like I kind of have to get down to see where it's at, because it is a little harder to see. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys.
I mean, it's clear.
It is clear, but I mean, look at that. It's not hard to weed at all. If I can see it. There we go. Ow. I do that all the time.
Did you poke yourself? Are you bleeding? Oh my gosh.
I am bleeding.
You stabbed yourself.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Okay. Workers' comp.
Workers' comp. We were just talking about that today. Lordy day, lordy day.
Okay. So we're just weeding away. Does anybody
Love it.
have any other questions?
Oh, could you put clear heat transfer vinyl over it? It just wouldn't look, it would look very cheap in my opinion. Like if you put something over the glitter, like heat transfer vinyl, it would just end up looking like you put plastic over the glitter, which in my opinion would take away from it. One of the values here is like, let's get real. If we just wanted glitter that was flake free, we would have used glitter heat transfer vinyl.
Right.
We don't want that. We want to give a custom glitter look, which is the value here. So wouldn't make sense to me. Love it.
So, oh, I forgot my inside of my R. Okay.
Love it.
So really and truly, I feel like I could have made it a little bit bigger, but it's okay. I'm not really concerned about it. Okay, so we have our hat here. We have our, and I'm gonna pull in our purple mat just so you can see. You can see we have, it's more like an opaque. That it makes it look very opaque, okay? And you can't really see it when it goes on here. So you do have to be very careful. So we're going to line this up. Another hacky hack for those that may be curious, if you want to find the center of your word, if you line up your text, crease your transfer tape top and bottom, you can find the center. You need to line up the front and the end of your word, not the front and the end of your transfer tape, by the way. You can see here, there's the center of our hat. We're gonna line our cheers up, and there we go. That simple. Now, all we have to do, bring in our hat press, mini easy press, whatever, and we're just going to put that on there for about 5 to 10 seconds, just long enough for it to adhere. You can see that it has adhered down to the hat. We are gonna let that cool for a few minutes, okay? It might take it a minute or so, but you do want to make sure that it is a little cool to the touch, okay? Because like I said, this material, I have noticed, if you pull it up when it's hot, you may stretch or completely pull up the material from the blank that you are using. And we're just taking our time, peeling that up, making sure that we don't have any corners come up. Lovely. And there, can they see that cheers on that?
A little bit.
From the light?
Yeah, just a tiny bit.
Okay. One other thing that I had out, it's on my table, is a popsicle stick.
Okay.
Because I have noticed
Got a
that
little hacky hat.
if you want to do an ombre effect, if you can't find it on my table, it's in the resin box. It does work a little bit easier if you have a popsicle stick. You can kind of move your colors around a little bit easier. I did, while Tanner was talking to you guys, I did prep my station with butcher's paper underneath here, just so I can try to keep the glitter from going everywhere, because who wants to have glitter everywhere? Okay. You know what? Let's just use this guy. Does anyone have any questions so far while I am waiting on our popsicle sticks? So the colors that I'm going to be using today, I am making this for my sister, and she is a pink girly. So we're going to do some pink today. We're going to do ombres of different shades of pink. So I'm going to go ahead and get those prepped and ready and kind of decide where I want them to go. Oh, this one's not even open. Let's get this one opened. Oh, Christy said if you have an old coffee can, they work great for hats. Yes. So we did have someone ask, if we don't have a hat mold, what do we use? I would suggest, thank you, I would suggest actually just getting like an old t-shirt or
I would think a towel.
A towel, and
Anything.
just like stuff it up in your hat so that it kind of keeps its shape. That would be what I would do. And that's what we did before we got that thing, is we would just stuff like a towel or something in there. No, Bobby, Alicia is still sick.
Well, under the weather, but hopefully she'll be brand new after this week of rest.
Pray that she will be brand new by Monday.
So good.
Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're just going to start playing around, and I'm trying to decide which way or how I want to do this. You know what, we're just gonna go with it. I think I'm gonna start with this guy over here. Whoop. And I'm just gonna start adding this. So what I'm doing is I'm just adding this where I want the darker pink, And then I'm gonna come in and stay alive, heat press, stay alive. And we're just gonna add these other pretty pinks, kind of like around it. Now this is one, I will say this, you're going to want to do fine glitter versus chunky glitter, for sure. You definitely want fine glitter over chunky, and you do want to make sure you try to cover all of the area.
This is regular glitter. We love StarCraft. They have a great glitter. Super, super fun.
And then we'll also probably come back in and add some more of this deeper pink. Like right in here, because I've spaced it out a little far. But you just want to make sure that you cover all of the adhesive. Sadie, just tell me if my big fat head gets in the way, please. So I'm going to come back in with this darker glitter. Add a little bit more here. Add some of it here. And then I'm going to separate it by our iridescent glitter right here in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody have any questions? I feel like it's been
We're
quiet.
mesmerized. We are just mesmerized. Lauren, this is so flipping cool. I love, love, love it. Nora says, so good. So good.
And you don't.
Patty says, okay, tell me this. Why not just use glitter vinyl? Patty, you totally could.
You can.
But wait till you see this. Wait till you see how beautiful it is. You couldn't just do this with glitter vinyl.
Okay.
You don't want to do the crafty craft.
What I'm doing now that I have everything covered.
Gosh, that is totally my new thing.
It is. We are laying this over top and then bringing in our heat press, and we're gonna hold this bad boy on. And what the heat is now gonna do is it's going to activate the adhesive that's on the top side of the vinyl.
Love it.
And it's going to adhere to the glitter. Now I am holding this down for about 30 seconds or so. Don't really have a time on it, but I do want to make sure that it does get a good adhesion on there.
Right. Tell us
Also,
how you
use
know
an
when it's
old
adhesive.
Teflon sheet.
Yes, old Teflon sheet, really good. We're using butcher's paper to kind of maintain the mess.
Okay.
Maintain the mess.
Before I move it,
She's got the trash can out.
You can go ahead and go to one.
Let's go to the main camera. Now I'm just doing it for fun, intentionally. Oh. Will Lauren make a craft builder?
Nope, no, I will not.
Will she?
Hold on, let me close my glitters.
I wasn't gonna say it. I was like, well, dang.
You were waiting for it.
I mean, at this point.
Okay, now,
Okay, pro.
y'all,
Boom. Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
that is so stinking cute.
Good.
Look at that.
Ooh.
Now, I do have some painter's tape, and that is, you can do this.
This is your hack.
This is another little hack. You don't, if you have, listen, if y'all have a, if you've got a lint roller, you can do a lint roller. I'm just doing painter's tape. And all we're gonna do is we're just going to just kind of over the top of it. You can see I'm doing the painter's tape and it's not taking it off. I'm just getting off some of that excess glitter so it's not literally everywhere.
Yeah, this is such a great hack. Love it. Love it.
And look how that's staying on though, like.
Okay, Lauren, I just want you to understand the crazy energy in the chat right now. Someone says, I've watched boot camp for the past couple of years, but this is by far my favorite project ever.
Stop it!
Ever.
Now, look, I will say this. I say use an old Teflon sheet just because it's gonna get glitter on it, and you all know how glitter is. Glitter is
the STD
the
of
STD of the
crafting.
craft world.
That's just, I mean, it's just known.
It's just known. I'm gonna have glitter all over myself for 2 weeks at this point.
Yeah,
it's fine.
yeah.
It is what it is.
Right.
I am gonna grab another piece of painter's tape just to get the excess glitter off. But like,
Love it.
I can't even. Ooh, I can't even. And that's it. We're done.
So that, yeah, like this was record speed crafting.
And I feel like I went very slow.
We went real slow. We took a couple of breaks.
Let's
But the
look up close.
quality is just epic.
So guys, today we're gonna be making these adorable hats. Like, honestly,
Wish you could try it on.
What do you mean? Wish I could try it on? Why can't I?
Try it on, girl. Yeehaw, live action.
Yeehaw, by grabs.
That
Hold
looks
on.
good with your outfit.
Pull my hair. Wow,
One thing,
guys.
I love red and brown together.
Let me just go ahead and put this back on and fix this, and then I'll put the hat back on.
You
And I
gotta
might
wear the
just
headband for the transition period into fit.
Yeah, because did you not see my hair? How crazy it looks?
It's okay. I like it.
It's wash day. Actually, I just washed.
I like my women a little rough around the edges.
Well, girl, I'm a little rough around the edges.
that's cute.
You know what? Let's just go ahead and wear this because I think it's super cute.
Yeah.
I love these style hats. And we'll just go ahead. Let's go overhead and talk about everything that we need. So, starting up, also, don't look at my headband. It's kind of gross.
Old Faithful.
Old Faithful headband. First of all, if you're going to purchase a hat to sell to someone, y'all, I cannot, these auto hats are, it says world famous foam front hats. They're world famous for a reason.
Yeah, significantly better than the Hobby Lobby hats.
Oh
Not
my
that-
gosh.
I mean, we use and buy Hobby Lobby hats, but like if you want to sell these, they just fit and look better.
Yes, so they fit so much better, this auto brand. Here, take a screenshot. Are you there? Good. Get a screenshot of that. If you're wanting trucker hats, auto hats, in my opinion, there is no other brand. So this is the brand that we got. We did get it from Amazon. Amazon has lots and lots of really, really cute colors. So we love that. Other than your hat, what else? The other things that you're gonna need are some type of HTV. Of course, we have this yummy brown to do a brown on brown boot stitch. First of all, if you guys didn't know, this is a boot stitch.
I love this. Is like one of my favorite files. Also, this is trending for t-shirts on Etsy. So if you're wanting to put a design like this on a t-shirt, you could do that.
Yes, you
Be
could
really
do
cute.
just a straight boot stitch on a t-shirt. Honestly, I think it is a way to, if you're in the Western community, into like the Western wear community, I really think the boot stitch is a way to not be so.
It's an indirect,
It's like an indirect Western nod.
passive Western.
Like people who wear boots know that this is a boot stitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Instead of passive aggressive, it's passive Western.
yeah, passive Western.
Anyway, we'll go back overhead. So we have Caesar Easy Weed. This is our favorite HTV. We did get this from 143 Vinyl, linked down below. If you order from 143 Vinyl, you can use code MGL for a discount, guys. Next up, we have a standard grip mat. It doesn't matter if it's standard grip. I have cut HTV on a light grip mat. You just need a pretty good sticky mat. Sometimes a well-loved strong grip mat is fine. With HTV, guys, I will grab any mat for HTV.
Yeah.
I don't think it is as serious. And then finally,
if I can touch it and I feel like it's tacky enough to hold my vinyl in place,
yeah.
that's what I'm gonna do.
Now, the next thing that I'm about to pull out, I literally just pulled out from under the table. Most people ask, well, how do you keep this if you don't have an actual hat press or something to put in there? Y'all, don't be afraid to stuff literally whatever you can find inside your hat to keep it keep its shape. So I just grabbed a sweatshirt that we had under the table. That's what we're gonna use to iron this on to keep the inside of it structured. An old towel or a regular towel would work wonders sticking it inside your hat.
Yes.
And then what we are using to put it on is none other than the Cricut Mini Easy Press. Now, like we said, you do not have to have a hat press to do this, but you do need a very small heat source that you can manipulate really well. And the Mini Easy Press is our favorite, meaning we can get in here really close, make sure that we get everything laid down where it needs to be. All of the HTV adheres to it. So that is what we are using today instead of the hat press. So
I feel like most people have some type of small iron that you can use to complete this project.
for sure, for sure, for
Not
sure,
everybody
for
has the
sure.
hat press, and honestly, y'all, we like rarely ever use the hat press.
Yeah, if I'm making a hat, 9 times out of 10, I'm grabbing the Mini Easy Press because it's on my table. I know I can use it. I don't have to pull out the hat press for it.
The only time I've used the hat press is for puff vinyl on hats because it covers the entire thing, and that's the
Yes.
only reason that I
And
do that.
honestly, puff vinyl on hats, unless you have a true press that holds the heat down, I've not had good luck with puff vinyl on hats.
I've done a couple that have worked out. Look, I have this one. Hold on, let me
Okay.
show you. I have this mother one, just so you guys can see an example. Also, you can compare this hat to, this is a Hobby Lobby brand, but
Okay.
I still love that hat, but it's puff.
Okay, so let's go overhead. This is puff on a hat using a hat press.
Yeah.
So it's done, it's fine. There was like this one little place here, but
Yeah.
other than that, it's not bad. It looks like puff. It didn't puff up as much as I would think that it normally would.
Yeah.
But I just think that is a pressure issue, and there's nothing anybody could have done about it. So if we're talking about fit, we'll go back to 1. This is mainly the fit. This is the fit of the Auto. It looks good. It's nice. You can tell it does sit a little bit higher on your head. Here is the fit of the Hobby Lobby brand.
The brim just like, it sits out so wide and it doesn't hold the form of that foam at the top.
It looks more like a
hugs your head.
baseball cap.
Yeah, it does, but it's not. It's a trucker hat.
It's
So
a trucker
like-
hat that looks more like a baseball cap. So if that's your style and that's what you want, that's fine. I will say if you're wanting true trucker style hat, the Auto, it keeps its shape up here and does have more a square top. So
I like the square top better.
it really just depends on what you want. Like, do you like it sitting up high? I will say this, if you've not worn a trucker hat, this takes some getting used to.
Yeah, if
like
you're
the
not used to
sitting up
having a
high,
hat, yeah.
it takes some getting used to, like looking at it. I also think that there's a hat for everybody. I love hats. I don't know if you all
Yes.
can tell, but I love hats,
I
head
love hats
coverings,
too.
everything. But you just have to get it to fit right, and I think everybody can look good in a hat. Just my personal
Yeah, you
opinion.
just got to find the right one.
You just got to find the right one. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop over to our, give me a minute, let's get signed in and I will hop over to our share screen. Why
Wow.
is it taking me to the internet to sign in?
I don't know. Go to your Finder. Oh.
That is the weirdest thing. Okay, you all can't see this, but I opened up Cricut, like the app, and it took me to the website to sign in, and now it's sending me back to the app. So, give
That's
me.
different.
Cindy says, I think that would look cute with the same color as the hat, as those trendy like ghosted images. Yes, that would be like a tone on tone, like a tonal is very, very trendy. So like if you get an all black hat and you get like shiny black HTV, if the hat is matte, you need to get a shiny
Or a metallic puff.
would be so pretty.
Yeah. Peggy says, I wish I could wear hats. My head's too big. Peggy, I hear you. I have the biggest head in all the land. The Kerwicks are notorious for having big heads. We're like 99 percentile people. So I have to wear men's hats.
So
or,
where do you, oh, you can't. You would have to take your hair down.
It's okay. I want to try one of these auto hats because I usually just buy Hobby Lobby.
I like that.
I have weird bangs right now.
No, you don't. That looks cute.
Yeehaw, people.
I like it. That's a good fit.
Gosh, these just feel so much better to me than the Hobby Lobby ones.
They really do. Guys, I swear I'm trying to start Design Space. The devil's playing with the
I feel like with my hair long,
money.
when I wear a trucker hat, it looks like I have a wig on, and I really don't. I'm like, it's not a wig. It's like I'm trying to cover up my, like where my weave starts. I'm not. I swear.
Okay, it still says it's starting.
Lots of you all are getting your signed books, which is like really exciting. I love it.
Okay, you're gonna have to give me a second.
What's it doing?
It's
Oh no, you close
not.
out all that stuff, If you missed the beginning of the show, I want to talk to you guys about our listing lab while Lauren's figuring that out, because this is a 2-day event, which we don't normally do 2-day events, but this is for those of you that are wanting to sell on Etsy, perfect your Etsy listing. So I know a lot of you all are already in our Passive Earner Society, so you get a lot of learning there, but y'all, there is always something to be learned that you can learn in a different way from somebody new.
So, because it keeps saying it up here, we need to update our operating system.
It's been telling us.
And now
be
it's not
fair.
really going away. Okay, there it is. Okie dokie.
We're in there.
Let's go ahead. Before we go back, I should have done this a while ago.
What?
There it is. There's one.
Okay.
Before we go back, we're gonna measure our area that we're working with, because I always like to, you know me, I like to have a guide in there. So I'm gonna go no wider than 6 inches. 6 inches is actually way too much, but I am gonna make my guide 6 inches and I'm going from the top point of this hat right here and putting the 0 on that. And then, give me a second. I guess we'll do 3. Let's do 3. We could do 3 1/4, but I want to do 3 just to be on the safe side. So back over in Design Space, I'm going to come over here to Shapes. I'm going to grab a square, pull that square over here. We are going to unlock the shape, and then we're going to make our width, I said 6 inches, and our height 3. So this, 33, no. There we go. So this is going to be the area that we are working with that our design needs to stay in. Now, I'm just gonna delete this right now. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but that's okay. And we're just gonna use this as a guide. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna hop back over to Maker's Gonna Learn, and we're gonna grab that cut file. So to do that, I'm going to click Cut File. Once that pulls up, this cut file is going to be linked, or is linked down below for you guys. If you can't find it, we can just type in, I'm just going to type in boot, because I'm not sure if it's saved as boot stitch or...
I can tell you, girl.
For some reason, I feel like
Boot medallion.
Yeah, that's what I feel like it popped up as. I don't...
Is that what
maybe
it's called?
that's what it is called. I've never heard it called that. I've always just heard it called the boot stitch.
Let me check on the Google. Oh, I wrote oot medallion,
Oot medallion.
which is a term from Zelda, apparently.
Okay. So it is labeled on our website, Boot Medallion 3. To download any font or file that we have, what you're gonna do is you're gonna click this arrow pointing down. Now, if you do run across a file or a font that you love, one thing that I suggest all of our members start doing is hitting that heart icon. What that does is it puts it in your favorites folder, and I'll show you exactly where you can find that after we download it, because that's one thing about our website. I don't feel like enough people utilize it the way that it needs to be utilized. So I want to show you, and especially our friends that may be on the fence about membership or not. So after you've clicked that arrow pointing down, you can see that it pops up here in our downloads, recent download history. It does come in as a zip folder, so you need to double click that. We do need to open up or unzip that file. And then now it is ready for us to put into Design Space. Now, before we go back to Design Space, remember I said I don't feel like enough people utilize that favorite section. So here I have favorited our boot medallion, or let's say I go back to cut files. And this is very important if you are a member. Every time you see new files or fonts dropped, go through those and favorite the ones that you like the most. That way, so these two are some of my favorites. Honestly, I could almost favorite this whole collection.
Yeah, it was a good one. The snakes and the flowers, I love. Is someone looking for their phone? Who is it? Brooks or Holly?
Courtney.
Courtney, of course.
Hold on just a minute, please.
Courtney's always losing that dang phone, I swear.
It's right here in the studio. It's okay. It's all good.
Bye. She's so funny.
I didn't know whose it was. Anyway, we're gonna go back. Let's go, after you have favorited, if you'll go to your dashboard, that is where you're going to find your favorites section. First of all, I think our dashboard is beautiful.
Yes.
Number one, I think it's beautiful. But right down here in the bottom left of our block of squares is where you're gonna find your favorites. If you click your favorites, from there you can see all of the ones that you have hearted over the years. And it's gonna be fonts and files together. You can separate them as cut files. You can separate them. You can even favorite your favorite courses. I don't know if you know that, or your favorite classes.
Yeah.
And then you can separate them out based on these categories at the top. Once again, I truly think that is one of the most underutilized sections, is
I
the
agree.
favorite section.
And it just, there's so much on our website. Like, there's so many resources, so many files. You really want to personalize that dashboard to fit whatever you are often going back to. Like, if you're signed up for a course that you're trying to really get into, favorite it. That way you can just pop over into
You can just
it.
pop over to your favorites.
Yeah.
Tamara says, I always forget to use the favorite tool. I'm telling you guys,
I do too.
it is the one section that I will go back to every single time. So back in Design Space, we have downloaded and unzipped that file. So to upload it to our canvas, we need to come over here to the left-hand side where it says upload. We're gonna click upload. You are going to select upload image. From there, you can click browse. My favorite way is popping that finder back in front of Cricut Design Space, just like this, and then clicking the file that I want, dragging it down until that turns green, and then letting my mouse go. Drag and drop is the best thing that I love that about uploading in Design Space. So after you've dragged and dropped that, you're gonna go to continue. We are going to upload this as an SVG. Now, you can see this does come in as sections. It looks like it is grouped together. I think we are gonna have to, I think it might be attached, maybe not. Let's go to make it and see. Okay, that's what I was afraid of. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna come back here. Let's go ahead and change the color from gray to, like, we'll go with a tan. That's more so what we're working with. Now, you don't want it upside down if you're going on the hat. We do want to rotate it, so you can either rotate this or we can flip it vertically. Probably what I would do is just go to flip vertically. And now all you have to do is size it to fit within the parameters that you have made. I don't want this super big. I do like how it's oversized on the one that we have. I want to make this one just a little bit smaller, just so you all can see the difference between one that is a little bit smaller, one that takes up the whole section. So once you have it sized accordingly, what we're going to do is we're just going to, you can either hide or delete. I'm just gonna delete it. We don't need it anymore. But the last thing that you need to do, because this does come in separate sections, we need to select this. You can either attach this or go ahead and come down here to combine and unite. It's not gonna do anything different. It's just gonna unite all those layers together so that they all cut together. And now we're ready to cut. That's it.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now all we have to do is send it to our mat. We are using HTV. This is a symmetrical image, so you should not have to mirror. However, Every time you use HTV, you just need to get in the habit of turning that mirror on, whether it is a symmetrical shape or not. So let's go back to one, because I'm going to get on a preaching soapbox just a second. Not too much, just a little bit. So even when we are working with symmetrical shapes, if you train your brain to automatically flip that mirror on every time you work with HTV, it's going to become one of those things that you never even think about. However, if you're like, I don't have to flip that. If you're like me, I'm preaching to myself, guys, because I am the world's worst of, that's a symmetrical shape. I don't need to mirror that. It'll be fine, and I'll cut it and it will be fine. But 3 projects down the road, when I'm in a hurry and I'm using HTV and I don't have it in my brain that I'm gonna turn that mirror on every time, 9 times out of 10, I'll forget, be in a hurry, and I'll cut it and I'll waste material. So back to our share screen. If you are working with HTV, always just get used to toggling that mirror on no matter what, okay? Once you have done that, we're gonna go to continue. It is powered on, it is connecting. We're gonna give that a minute. While that is trying to recognize, we're just gonna go ahead and lay our HTV down. I'm gonna cut off a piece for us to put on our mat.
Beautiful. And this is the StarCraft HTV.
Oh, we did get StarCraft.
Yeah, so originally we used Cricut brand, and as y'all know, we only used it because it was like the right brown that we really needed. But the StarCraft is so much better. We had a lot of issues out of the Cricut brand, and I promise if you're using Cricut HTV and you're having issues, the problem isn't you, it's the vinyl. The adhesive is just like, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if it's like getting old on the shelves and not working, but every time I buy Cricut vinyl, y'all, someone asked me to make them a t-shirt, and they needed it the next day. And I was like, just run to Walmart. They wanted neon colors. I was like, I'll go to Walmart, get some neon yellow, pink, and green. Had to end up going back to Walmart to get, and I said, y'all have to pick a different color palette because I'm not buying Cricut vinyl. I said, none of it stuck. None of the colors stuck. Yeah, and I was like, what is going on?
Crazy.
Yeah, it was awful.
Okay, so after now it has recognized our machine. We are cutting this on everyday iron-on, and we're just going to load this in and send it through our Cricut to cut. Now, while this is cutting, I do want to address a question that someone asked. Our friend Deborah asked, do you need to mirror printable HTV? Deborah, printable HTV is still heat transfer vinyl, but it honestly is a completely different material, and there are a lot of different things that work with printable HTV that don't with regular HTV. So if you are curious, we have a lot. If you could find her a good printable HTV tutorial, Alicia will link that for you. Go watch that printable HTV tutorial. In short, no, you're not gonna mirror printable HTV, because think of printable HTV as a t-shirt version of sticker paper.
Yes.
That's a really good comparison. It's like the t-shirt version of how you would make a sticker. Very similar.
They make heat transfer tape to get it off. So like if you've got an image that's super detailed, you're gonna wanna have heat transfer tape, or it's called TTD mask, which you can get at 143 Vinyl. I'm trying to find a good tutorial. We've got a bunch, but they're all older. I guess it's
maybe it's time to do some more printable HTV.
Yeah, maybe it's time.
Okay, so we're gonna go overhead. Now all we need to do is weed our design.
I'm gonna show you all this, or link this one video for you guys. It's got puff vinyl layered on top of it, but I'm gonna link it just so you can kind of see how it's printed and how it works. Here's that one. And let me see if we got another one. It's fairly easy to use.
Yes, it is.
The longevity of printable HTV is like hit or miss, but if you're using or wanting a good brand, Caesar Easy Color DTV, I know this is a lot of like names I'm saying, that is a good one to use. Caesar, I'm gonna type it in the chat box. Caesar Easy Color DTV with the TTD mask. I'm gonna put links for those for you all so that you can go get some yourself if you're wanting to do that. I know that's off topic, but you can do that. You can use that printable vinyl on hats and everything. So like even if you wanted to do some more of an intricate design, like a print and cut design, you would just print it as if you were doing like a print and cut on cardstock, and you cut it out as if it were vinyl, and then you can just put it on your hat. Let's see here.
Okay.
Did it cut good?
It cut beautifully.
Nice.
Now that we have our design cut and weeded, we're gonna move that out of the way. I do have my mini easy press on a heat setting of 2. What I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna take this sweatshirt, we're gonna roll it up, and we're gonna, we're gonna try to stuff this bad boy in here.
You could use like a scarf or literally.
Oh, you could
anything.
literally use anything. Y'all, this is all I'm doing. I'm just stuffing it in there just to, and it's okay if it's misshapen for just a second. You can see I just need there to be a semi-solid surface behind here, because you don't want to just, oh, let me put my hand back there. No, that ain't gonna work.
No.
Okay, don't do that.
We have
Trust.
done that. Yeah, trust.
Okay, now all we have to do, here's a little trick if you're working with HTV, and let me cut this off the side so that it makes a little more sense to you. If you're trying to find the center of your design, if you will take the edges like this, line them up, they don't have to be perfect, but then make creases at the top and the bottom of your design, you will get the center pretty well. Then you can see it just opens back up, and there is a line there and a line there. And now all we have to do is line those up with the middle of the hat. And actually I've done that. And I think that bottom is a little bit too long for me to get it even. So now all we're gonna do is we are going to come in. Now I am going to hold this side down as I press. If you would feel more comfortable, get some heat tape, tape it down, but we're just gonna start.
And it adheres pretty easily too.
Yes.
That's one good thing about this vinyl. Okay, I dropped the links for the Caesar Easy Color DTV as well as the TTD mask for heat transfer vinyl. They don't sell the TTD mask in lots of places, but I get ours from the, what is it called? Heat Press Nation. They do, they always have it.
No, I've just messed up.
Lorraine.
I messed up pretty big time, actually.
Wait, how?
Because I tried to move it and I realized not all of it was adhered, so I'm gonna have to cut it again. Okay, guys.
Pull it off while it's hot at least.
I am. I messed up.
Well, this is a good lesson in removing HTV.
Okay, well let's have a quick lesson on removing HTV and fixing our problems.
Yes.
So what I did was I didn't have enough structure behind there. So what I did is I thought I could just squeeze that in there, and then it messed everything up here up. So I had to take it off. So we're gonna do a quick little recut. Here's a quick hack on if you need to remove HTV. If you will put your heat press on the back, and you can see there, I have it right there. You can take a weeding tool And very gently, once it warms up, we can start removing it.
And it just comes right up.
It's not warmed up yet.
Now, sometimes it will leave a little bit of
A residue.
Residue, yeah.
Yeah, this one actually is going to leave a little bit of a residue, but it's okay because I'm just going to lay my other color right back down where it was.
Yeah, and we're about to be putting it right on top of it, so. No big deal.
This was not a good thing to mess up on, to be real honest.
Ooh, someone said use your spatula.
I mean, you can, but I don't think it's going to get under there. I don't think it's going to pick it up like it should.
Yeah. Well, hey. Is it going to come off at all?
Oh, yeah, I'll make sure it comes off. You don't worry about that. You might have to go to one, Sadie, because I'm having to hold it like this. You just stay chatting with them, girly pop.
We can chit chat. So yeah, obviously we're gonna run into issues just the same as you all do, and sometimes it happens on the simplest projects, like things that you
Like
are
this.
just yeah.
This is something that I should have been able to do in my sleep.
Yeah.
But you see what we're
Get a
working
little too
with.
confident.
You do.
You do, and that's just a part of it. And making mistakes is also a part of it. If we didn't make mistakes, y'all, we're probably making the most mistakes. That's how we learn what's right and what's wrong. So, and you guys usually really
I
love
do
it.
know one thing. This mistake is making me sweat, and I'm about to have to take this off.
Take your vest off. Don't be sweating, girl.
Okay. While I will figure that out in a minute, what
want me
I
to
need to
grab
do
a
right
different
now.
hat?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't. Because
Or-
we're going to show you what I'm going to show you. If I
cut.
cannot get that, I'm going to cut it. If I
Okay.
cannot get this off, I'm going to show you exactly what I would do to fix it and still save the project.
Okay, I'll piddle while you recut.
Oh, you don't even have to piddle if you don't want to. I'm just going to, I would show them I'm going to show them what I would do.
Okay.
First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to recut me some vinyl.
She's toasting. She's toasting.
So we'll go back overhead. I'm just going to recut some vinyl here.
I mean, this baby is adhered, you know?
Yeah, I know. I mean, the part that I got adhered, it adhered really well.
Yeah, she's like, you put me on here. You said you wanted me to be on here.
I know. She said no takesies backsies.
You can feel the heat hard, too.
I know, girl. Just leave it alone. I want to show them if this happens to them. I want to show them what I would do.
Okay. Not us, like, putting a friggin' indention in here.
That's another reason why I'm not going to worry about it too much.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me see it. While that cuts, I'll just work. I'll figure something out. You can't scrape too much on this material
Yeah, you don't want to mess up the neoprene.
because it is neoprene. But I really think that I'm going to be able to make this look seamless, and you're not going to be able to, I think. I have an idea in my brain. I have an idea. I'm just boop. There's, what do I got to lose at this point?
Is it going to shrivel up? Sometimes it'll shrivel for you if you heat it from the front. Jenna loves your nails. Blue chrome.
Thank you. I actually went pretty plain this time.
I like a plain nail. I like
Okay.
nail art too, though.
We'll figure that out in a
Honestly,
little bit.
I be just laying that sucker right over top of it. Oh, sorry. Did I steal your thunder?
You did. But that's
I
okay.
thought you were gonna like do. I don't know what I thought. I thought maybe you were gonna like just put part of it on and like cut off the part that
No.
is still in the hat. And
I was just gonna lay it right on top of it.
yeah, I'd say go for it. Use that as your guide.
Yep.
Your mistakes can guide you. Put that on a t-shirt.
Put that on a t-shirt and sell it right now.
Let your mistakes guide you. Surely Gandhi said that or something. Let's Google it. Let your mistakes guide you. Who said it? Who said it? Was it Gandhi? No.
Nobody. Alicia?
Ziad Abdelnour says your past mistakes are not meant to guide you, not define you. So there you go. Some words of wisdom for the day. I have been having some weird dreams with weird people in them lately. Speaking of. I don't know. That just made me think. Well, I seen Albert Einstein and I was thinking, was he in my dream the other night?
What? Wow. Girl.
Do you guys ever think of... No, I'm not even going to say that out loud. Sometimes I think things that I'm like, oh, I won't say that one out loud.
That should not come out my mouth.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'll keep that one inside.
Intrusive thoughts.
I do it all the time. Nancy says, I might try. Well, if this was your hat and this was a mistake you made, tell us what you would do if it isn't what we've done. Tell us what you would do. I'm really curious to see what you guys say. Nancy B says, I might try heating it with the transfer tape on it from the front, which is not a bad idea. Like reheating it up basically, and then try to pull it off while it's still really hot. That's not a bad idea.
But that, yeah, I mean, it might could work. Honestly, experimentation is the only way that you learn these things, to be real honest.
Yeah, and then next time if you mess up a hat, because like you may. Sean dreamed that we were her neighbors. That's hilarious. Courtney had a dream about me the other day that I bought out one of our local thrift stores that we like to go to, and I came in like haul and tail. First of all, Courtney's standing in my front yard with my kids and my husband standing in my front yard, and I pull in with this trailer behind my car, and I'm like, I bought everything from this thrift store, and then she said it looked like I was pregnant, and I lifted my shirt up and a cat came out, and I said, I even bought the cat.
I'm telling you, when Courtney told me that, I laughed so hard. There were tears streaming down my face.
What's funny about it is that I did show up to Courtney's house on Friday with a whole bunch of stuff from that store. I said I did not buy their cat, but I did go to Courtney and Tanner's house to show Lauren all my coats that I found at the thrift store last week. Oh, y'all, if you're a thrifter, the time is now.
The time is now.
Because everyone's cleaned out their closets, which I already knew, but like I just forget sometimes. Some years I forget, like, oh, January is prime thrifting season. It is like prime season. So check out your thrift stores if you're looking for stuff. I got a pair of Hokas for $15 yesterday. $15. They're brand new, my size. Well, they weren't brand new. Brand new in the thrift world, I would say.
Okay.
Are you trying to get it off still?
One piece.
Just put it over top.
No. It doesn't cover. That's the thing, is this one piece is not covered. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like everything else I can get covered.
Even it must have moved.
Yeah.
Too much coffee. Oh, a little acetone, maybe. They also have remover for the adhesive, which we have in the studio somewhere. So if you make a mistake with HTV and the adhesive is kind of left over on your blank, they have removers for them. I don't know how well they work on textiles. You may have to like use it and then wash it. We haven't used it a lot. We've used it for some hacks and stuff, but just not often enough for me to be like, yeah, it's gonna work.
Dude, this one little baby honky just ain't coming.
Well, just listen. Put the HTV on there, and what you do is go get you some cute patches from the Hobby Lobby or the internet, and put you some cute little patches on it, and make it a whole happy accident.
Yeah, that was a happy accident too.
Did you burn your thumb?
I did. Burned the bejesus out of it. It's all right. It happens.
Donna's wanting to open an Etsy shop just to sell her like her vintage fabric and excess craft supplies. That's not a bad idea.
I've told Donna that. I think she needs to. Okay.
All right, Lauren.
Here we go. We're gonna save this project the best that we can, guys. I feel like a loser.
You can do it. You're
The
not
fact
a
that I
loser.
messed up a stinking simple HTV project.
We'll fix it. So we're gonna, does it line up? I want to
Fine.
see. I'm coming over. I just want to see what you mean. Oh, yeah, we can put a little patch. I also think these hats are cute to put like pins and stuff in. You know, they sell those cute little pins at Hobby Lobby now.
You know, I have some, and I have pins in one of my trucker hats.
Do you? Mm-hmm. I think that's so cute. The thing now with trucker hats is like adding little chains to the front of them, adding different patches all over. So you kind of...
What in the world? This HTV was not adhered. Alicia!
Here, I'm coming. Okay.
Y'all, the devil really is playing with the church's money today.
He really is.
I'm gonna need to just go pray.
Okay.
I'm gonna need to go pray.
Give me these little baby scissors.
Messed up again, didn't it?
Yeah, but we're almost there. So we're just going to keep doing it and we're going to make it right. We're full send at this moment of our life.
I swear it was not this hard when we were not on camera.
No. Okay. There's that. Where's the thing?
We gotta recut again.
Yeah, but we're going to do one, recut, and we're going to add it on there. Listen, you've got to make it work, people.
I wouldn't sell this one, by the way.
No.
This is one that you would keep in your personal.
This is your fun decorative hat.
Yeah. Okay, I get what you're saying. I can line it up at this point.
Yeah, we're just going to...
What happened? Why did it? I guess I'm used. I'm not
I don't
saying.
know.
Listen, I'm not saying StarCraft isn't good, because it is good HTV, and buddy,
Yeah.
we know it adhered.
Yeah.
We know we can't get it back up. But like, I'm used to Caesar just like being able to go boop.
Like it just latches on usually.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the brown. Sometimes certain colors are a little bit more finicky when it comes to like colors and...
I'm still trying to get this baby off, but I don't think he's coming.
Wonder if you could use like a Q-tip and some rubbing alcohol. Unless you think it would
I don't
discolor.
know. Hand me that transfer. Do we have any transfer down there, like clear, that's not got anything on it that you threw away?
Oh.
Because there's a little
Yeah.
baby piece right here that needs to be re-adhered down.
Kelly, I love learning what not to do. We love teaching it too.
I don't.
Lindsay has a great idea. Do another color slightly off and make it look on purpose. That's a cute idea, like a fun color.
That
like
would
a pink
be cute, like
or a blue.
So like you do like an offset, like a shadow, like a
Yes.
drop shadow.
Okay, what color do we want?
Pink for sure.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna fix this corner too, and then we're gonna do what Lindsay suggested and kind of make it look like a, I don't know, like a glitch. You know how like 3D stuff looks glitchy? We'll try that. We gotta weed this corner to fix this corner that came up. Oh gosh, guys, I'm so sorry.
I actually think this might turn out really cute. Okay, brought you some color options. The pinks. What color? What shade? Like deep pink. I was no baby pink. Baby. Okay,
I think so.
I can do that.
Oh, I'm weeding the wrong side, y'all. I'm weeding the wrong side. Okay, so this time we're not going to double it up. I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm gonna do. Is this what you were gonna do? Like
Yeah.
cut this corner out?
Yeah, just cut out the section you need.
Yep. Okay.
And these lines right here, I had to
Yeah.
snip.
So this is the section that we need, starting there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we don't need anything above that line, so I can cut this guy
Oh,
off.
people are saying bright orange. That's not a bad idea. I'm worried about this.
We also don't need,
This is like blur hole. I was wanting like a denim color.
this down here.
I mean, you can still put that on there though.
You can, but you don't have to. I wouldn't if I didn't have to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I would probably just do the smallest, and like I think I'm gonna cut this off at the bottom because I don't want this doubled up either. Like this.
There you go. You got to think that whenever heat's applied to the HTV, it shrinks just a little bit.
Like that.
Yeah, there you go. Now don't put it there on there. Don't put it on there because you're gonna melt everything around it.
I know.
You got a piece of transfer tape. Put those around it to protect it. One mistake that I make whenever I'm trying to fix stuff is I'll go in with my dang press.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah, and you'll hit that vinyl on top with the press and then it messes up your whole project. Light blue, taking votes. What everybody say? Pink, light blue.
Okay.
I had this green too. I don't know about it. I really like, I'm just obsessed with that powder blue we just got in.
Oh, I do like that powder blue a whole lot.
I know. I feel like with brown.
I may do that. This is a little bit like surgery.
And then whenever we place that second one, it's gonna have to go like up and to the right just a little bit to cover those mistakes on the top right corner.
I swear that thing was still trying to pull up.
Light pink, light blue,
Okay.
light pink, light.
There's that corner fixed.
Okay.
Oh, it's blue for
Yeah.
sure.
I thought that blue would look good with the brown.
Okay, so we are gonna fix this right here too. Watch. Hold up. Hold up, wait a minute.
This blue is from StarCraft. We just got it in. I want to say it's called powder blue. It's gorgeous. It's giving Cinderella.
It is so pretty. Is this the blue? No, we got adhesive vinyl.
Yeah. This is like the literal perfect Cinderella blue to me. So pretty.
Okay, we're going with blue. And we're gonna fix this little honky guy right there.
Mm-hmm.
Everyday iron on. And y'all are really gonna see how we fix multiple mistakes today.
Yep. They are loving it, so that's good.
I'm glad you all love it because your girl Lauren is stressed.
You're doing fine. You don't seem stressed about what you do.
Glad I don't seem that way.
You don't seem stressed to y'all, but I know what Lauren is when she's stressed. Peggy says, this is great to see because if it happened to me, I probably would have just trashed the entire hat, but it shows I could save it.
We don't trash stuff. We don't trash stuff.
Yeah, everyone's like, that would have been in the trash for me 15 minutes ago. Why trash it? It's about to be so cute. I like my stuff a little bit messy, like truly. So it doesn't bother me. Like I even like the idea that I'm gonna be able to add like pins to the hat and patches and like make it look different, you know? It's gonna give it character.
I like the size of this one better than this oversized.
Wait, are those two different size hats?
No, look at the size of the design.
Oh, okay.
The size of the design is bigger. So
Bigger,
this
yeah.
is the smaller size, this is the larger size. I think I like the smaller size.
Yeah,
I think I like the smaller size. Okay.
for sure.
We're gonna see what this looks like.
You want me to iron it on there?
No, girl. No,
Okay.
girl. I'm gonna see it
You're
through.
got to see it through.
I got to see it through, my boy. I got to see it through.
Oh man.
I'm not a quitter.
You were not a quitter. I'm really excited to see how this actually comes out now.
Who suggested this? Lindsay.
Was it Lindsay? Who told us to do this?
It was one of our I think her name is Lindsay, but it's not Lindsay Crittenden.
Oh, okay. Crittenden.
Crittenden.
Lindsay Lou. Oh, Susie Q. Do you guys remember Susie Q on Disney Channel?
Yes.
That's one of my favorites. Such a good movie. Oh, that would be a sick Halloween costume for Disney World.
Yeah, it would.
I've been brainstorming Halloween costumes because we're going to Disney in October and all of us are dressing up. I was going to do a family costume, but Ruby wants to be Elsa. I don't want to do Frozen again, so I'm going to let her be who she wants to be, but I'm going to be who I want to be because I am scared of that part.
This blue is, oh my, I cannot with this blue right now.
She's gorgeous.
I'm a stickler for colors, guys. Alicia and I both are.
Yeah.
And this blue, whew.
Oh, glacial blue? Is it glacial blue? Holly just sent me a text with the link to glacial blue. Cute. This HTV is not a cool pill. It's like a warm pill.
It's not a hot peel. We know that. We
Yeah.
learned that today.
Definitely not. Yeah, this is glacial blue from Caesar Easy Weed. Okay. We ordered it from Vinyl and Tool Supply.
Oh, we did?
Yep.
Oh my God.
This is like the happiest accident we've ever had. That is just cute.
That is divine. Okay.
Honey, this is a full recovery.
A true full recovery.
Well, we
if
can't-
I'm not knocking it
not
yet. I'm
really
not.
yet.
It's not.
We gotta wait. Don't you be pulling that thing off so fast.
All right, honky.
Peel it slow. You don't want to peel it too fast or be goofing. Oh my gosh, it looks so good on the camera.
You're about to be new boot goofing.
That is new boot goof. And everybody's like freaking out. I'm freaking out on the inside, on the outside. What mistake, Chrissy says. Okay, this is like even cuter. I could not deal. Love it. It was meant to be, Nancy B says. It was meant to be, honestly. That blue, everything just worked out. Now, if you were to do this on another color hat, your first layer needs to be the same color as the back of your trucker hat, in my opinion. To really... look how cute! That's a cute!
That's a full save right there, y'all. You just saw it happen. That's a full save.
You just shot a 3-point shot at the buzzer. I mean, that is a hole in one, baby.
Yeehaw!
Okay, I can't. Let me upgrade you. Let me upgrade you. That looks so cute.
Okay, guys. I pulled it back.
Okay, so this is what we're making. This is a distressed vinyl technique. I'm gonna go overhead. And
We're gonna get to
show-
crafting because that's what we're good at.
Yeah, we are great at crafting. Thank God, honestly.
Thank God we're good at something. Smarts is not one of them.
Well, maybe not for me. I don't know.
No, not for me either. Not for me either.
I'm good at some things, smart, but not all. Okay, here's our distressed vinyl. Look how cute. Maybe I need to pull it up close to you so you guys can see this, but like that is the coolest, especially for a varsity font, like given this vintage distressed effect. I just think this is so cute. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this today. It's really fun. You're not going to need much. You are going to need some heat transfer vinyl. You're going to need a base. So I've just got this medium Gildan shirt. I've got a green standard grip mat to cut our vinyl with, and then I've got a cheese grater.
A cheese grater.
A cheese grater. This is the magic wand of this project. This is what's gonna make everything happen for us. So,
And this is the Dollar Tree.
yes. Now, you don't want to just get any old cheese grater, okay? Because like you don't want to get a curved. You know, there's like those bougie, like curved cheese graters. Don't get that. Don't get one that you're going to be using for cheese. Like, get your own special vinyl cheese grater.
Like we're talking El Cheapo cheese grater, like not
Dollar
the
Tree.
fancy spinny ones, not the ones that stand up and you do it from the side. We're talking like it's got a handle, it's cheap.
It's flat.
Yeah.
Flat. So that's what you're going to want to get, okay? So this one we got at the Dollar Tree for $1.25 if you want to get specific.
$1.25 make not $1 make me holla. $1.25 make me holla.
Yeah, period. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to hop into Design Space. So you are going to need a heat source as well. My mini Easy Press
We'll be here in just a second.
is on its way. So we're going to log into Design Space. Now,
Are you doing it on that shirt or are you doing it on your sweatshirt?
I'm going to do it on this gray long sleeve shirt because these are my favorite to sleep in. This is going to be my new sleep shirt.
Oh, I thought you said it was a medium.
No, this is an extra large.
I was like, girly pop, who's wearing that shirt?
Not me
Not
and
me,
not to
no.
bed. So this is extra large. I wish it was bigger. Y'all, the Gildan long sleeve shirts are the most comfortable sleep shirts that you'll ever have in your life, okay? Just trust me.
Amen. Hashtag retweet.
Yeah, they're the best. Like you can
I
just
have
buy
a
them plain.
2X one that I sleep in the winter.
I have a 2X one that I slept in like 2 nights ago. It's like my favorite. So I've got a Cricut Mini Easy Press right here. That's what we're going to use to apply our vinyl. This is just basically a mini iron. We'll go overhead and show you guys. Just a little mini iron. This is one of those tools that I swear by. Like, you got a Cricut, you need to also just get one of these, okay? I use it every day, so they're our favorite. And then let's go into Design Space. So we're gonna be making a really cute little design. This design is honestly really popular, even if you don't distress your vinyl.
Right.
This is just something that like everybody's doing right now. One word, it's a one-word design, arched varsity text.
And really,
That's
you can, the thing about it is I want you all to like come up with a word that like
Fits your personality.
fits your personality.
We sat and talked about this before the live, like what word am I gonna put on my shirt? And we decided, we had lots of contenders. We had exactly, we had period, we had moody was one I thought of. Valaris, like for our book. What else did we say? Feral.
Feral was another one.
But we decided to go with
I said local.
unwell. Local will be cute, yeah.
Local would be really cute.
But we're gonna go with unwell.
I liked
That's
weirdo.
ours. What?
I liked weirdo.
Oh yeah, weirdo's cute. Shook would be a cute one. Mm-hmm. Shooketh.
Crafty.
Crafty would be cute.
Crafty
I
would be very
saw a
cute.
girl wearing a sweatshirt that said unwell the other day, and I was like, that's hilarious. That's why I want to do this one. Okay, so
Tired.
tired.
Says tired.
Yes, that's hilarious. See, pick something that's like funny. If it's for yourself, like make one for yourself. I know y'all are out there making crafts for everybody. This one's for you. This is for your self-care.
This is your craft.
Yes. So we are going to go ahead and type your word in. While the text box is selected, we're going to go to our system fonts. I want to use the font University, but I don't know if we have it downloaded. Oh, we sure as heck do. So University is the font we're going to be using, but if you're brand new to Cricut, you're brand new around here, I want to show you where you can find this font on our website really quick. So this is makersgonnalearn.com. Now, if you are logged in, if you've just become a member or you're a member and you didn't know this, you can go to your dashboard and then you can go to your fonts from here, or you can select fonts up here on the top. So I'm just going to select fonts. So you guys are giving me some funny ideas. Quirky, crafty, sassy, ODD.
Odd.
Oh. You guys, I swear.
You were thinking like OCD. I was like odd.
I swear. Listen, for 2
Is it
days.
Friday yet?
For 2 days, we have all had to be medicated. Well, I had to be medicated. I've been on Sudafed for 2 days, so I'm so sorry. Because yesterday we were so giggly. Overworked, over it. You guys are so funny. Coffee would be cute.
What?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Just
would be
like
cute.
coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, what were you going to say, Lauren? You're about to say something.
I don't know.
Okay, well, back to the tutorial.
Regularly scheduled stuff.
Yeah, go to your fonts. We're going to type in university in the search bar, and then this is the font we're going to be using. This is like the font. If you're like, why isn't my stuff selling? And you're using Comic Sans, I'm going to encourage you to switch over to university, okay?
But Comic Sans is such a nostalgic font.
Yeah, it is nostalgic. It's something.
Listen, first of all, if you haven't watched The Dealership from Mohawk Chevrolet on TikTok.
Y'all, this girl, I know that girl's in the production. She's like the one.
Oh, she
leading
is. She's the one.
Yeah.
We'll not talk about it because we need to get back to our regular. We need to start crafting, but we will at the end of the show.
Yeah. You guys, you're getting crazy in the comments. Medicated, not medicated, or warning not medicated.
Yep.
So once you install the font, it's on your computer, but we need to go back to Cricut Design Space, and you're going to need to make sure to first save your work. So we're just going to type in unwell, and we're going to reload Design Space. So you can come up here to view, and then we're going to select reload. You can also hit force reload. It's literally the same exact thing. So I just always hit reload. Cheryl's word would be seriously.
I was literally about to respond to her. I actually love that idea, but instead of actually spelling out seriously, I would do capital letters SRSLY, like seriously.
Yeah, that's cute. Or
Seriously?
literally. Okay, we got to stop picking words. We've already picked one.
I know.
Okay, so here is our word, and then you're going to go to your fonts. We're going to go to system, and then I'm just going to type in university. Obviously, it's already here, but if it wasn't here, it would now pop up whenever you searched for it. Okay, so we've got our word. Now, you could just stay here, but if you want to get that like arch effect, we're going to use this warp feature up here that Cricut offers us. So I'm going to go up here. We're going to go check it out. Now, there's a right and a wrong warp, okay? A right and a wrong arch, I should say.
Are you going to warp it because that is an axis, or are you going to just curve it?
We can curve. I'll show you guys. I'll show you the freeway and the access way. How about that?
Sounds good.
Okay. So if you have access, then you have this warp feature. Sorry, I should say that. But if you are using the warp feature, there's a right and wrong way to do this. Okay, so you could see this one and be like, oh, that looks like an arch. I want to show you guys what this looks like.
That looks unwell.
It sure is
That
unwell.
sure looks unwell.
It sure is. Even if we adjusted this, like it's not the move. I mean,
We're more of a curve.
so even let's do this one. That's not. I mean,
It's not bad.
that one's not bad. If you like that, like you guys could like the first one. Honestly, I'm just trying to give you like what's trending. Okay, what would sell and what looks the best in my opinion. And then there's also this one. Also, this one works well for some designs, but when it's just the word by itself and you want to really make that word bold, I go with number 5. That is my go-to arch in this case. So that would be the one that I would use, okay? So you see how it's just like arch the entire word. None of the letters are smaller in any areas. Like they're perfectly spread out. Like that's just the one that I would go with. Okay. And then, now you could stop here if you wanted to just do the words like this, but let's go overhead. You all can see that there is a line around our text. And so I'm going to show you guys back in Cricut Design Space how to add an offset and then slice out that little line around the offset. So make sure that your text is selected. And then I'm going to go up here to offset. And I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. Maybe like there, 0.111. And then I like to keep mine round personally. You can sharpen it if you want it to be a little bit more crispy. I just like the look of the round. and then I'm gonna hit apply, and then we're gonna add another offset. And then I'm gonna shrink that one down just a little. I think that'll be good. And then hit apply, okay? Then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna hide the original unwell, okay? So you see there's 2 offset layers, there's 1 unwell layer. I'm gonna hide that unwell. And then we're gonna select both of those offset layers and we're gonna hit slice. So both of my offset layers are selected and then I'm gonna hit slice, okay? You could also, I'm gonna undo this, you could also select them both and hit combine and exclude. Okay, that would be the faster way to do it because then you don't have to delete all of those layers. Okay, so let's just go back. We'll walk from the beginning, from just the word. Okay, so we're gonna add an offset, like a 0.1 offset, hit apply, and then we're gonna select offset again, hit apply, and then you technically don't even have to hide the unwell. You technically don't even have to like hide that. You really could just come over here and select this offset, hold the shift key down, select this offset, then go to combine right here, select exclude, and it's gonna pop out that back layer. And now we've still got 2 layers. So you've got the outer layer and then that inside layer. And we're just going to select them both and attach, okay? That's it. That's it. Any questions? Any questions? Super easy. And like, that looks official. I'm trying to go to that university.
I'm so official. All I need is a whistle.
UNWELL. 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 Like, I just feel like it's giving college, you know?
Yeah.
So then from here, make sure your machine is selected. We're using the Maker today. We're using the Explore 3 today. Sorry.
I did that.
Oh, okay. Do you use the Maker in here?
I was trying to connect via Bluetooth because it
Oh.
wasn't pulling up. It was my cut settings and stuff.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we're gonna go to Make. And then from here, we're gonna go on Mat. Oh, you know what? We didn't size it. We didn't size it. I know it's gonna be big. So let's go back. We're gonna select this and pull your shirt over. So let's grab whatever blank you're using. This doesn't even have to go in a shirt technically, but we're gonna be using a shirt. So I'm measuring this. I honestly want this as big as humanly possible, like without looking crazy. I'm gonna go 11.5. So back in design space, I'm gonna make sure that this design right here at the widest point is at 11.5. Now make sure if your lock looks like this and you go to resize this, let me just show you. If I put in 11 right here and that lock button is unlocked, it's gonna squish it. I think that's a no-no. So we're gonna undo that, select it, make sure this is locked. We're gonna change the width to 11.5 because that's as big as we can cut it on a 12 by 12 Cricut mat. And then from there, we're gonna go to Make It.
Do you want me to grab a bigger Cricut mat for you? Because you can cut it longer. It would look good longer.
Should we?
Let's do it.
YOLO. Okay, we're gonna do it bigger.
YOLO.
Lauren's
and
gonna
you can
go get
just
a big mat.
You can cut like 15 inches of vinyl and distress the 6 by 15.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go overhead. Hypothetically speaking, we could do this like 14.5. You don't want to go into the armpits. We're trying to make this really big. But if you just wanted to do, like this design right here was made on just a 12 by 12 mat and it fills up the shirt like to a substantial amount. I don't feel like you need to make it any bigger. But if you're wanting to go for that like oversized big shirt look, this is a 2X shirt. So really it would be a little bit bigger. What do we think?
What?
14.5. This is 14.5. Or 15.
15's gonna be too big. I'd go 14.5 or 14.
I'm gonna go 14.5.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go back and we're gonna resize it to 14.5. Now you will, if you do it bigger than this, you're gonna make sure that your vinyl is long enough and that you have a 24-inch mat, which Cricut does carry 24-inch mats. So 14.5, and then we're gonna go Make It. Who's on our roof?
It may be our air guy.
Oh.
Oh, I see the
air
camera's
guy.
moving.
The camera was
If you guys see the camera shaking, it's Really? Oh, right on top of it.
Wow.
You can hear it.
We haven't been live all day, sir. Okay, so we're gonna cut on the mat. We'll just keep going. Okay, and then you can see it's gonna line up on our mat. You can see over here, this is the ceiling is caving in. Hi.
Oh, yeah.
The door is shaking.
If the door is shaking, the cameras are
Hello up
shaking.
there.
Thank you.
Tanner to save the day. Okay, so it's on 24-inch mat because it's so big, okay? And then before we cut anything, Christine said it, we got to mirror it. So we're going to select mirror. Good call, Christine. And then we're going to go continue, okay? It's going to connect to our machine, and we need to get our vinyl ready. So before we go to cut it, we need to distress it. So this is the fun part. You guys are ready? First of all, I'm going to make sure that I get a long enough piece. So I'm just going to make sure it's to the 15-inch mark. And then I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going to distress it. Okay. I just want y'all to know this distressing technique. When did you discover it? Last year? Was it last year? It's been a long time. I don't know
It's
why.
been like a year ago. I don't know why we've not done it on the channel before this.
It just keeps getting pushed for some reason. Okay.
I would also cut that in half and only distress one side of it. Don't distress the whole thing.
Oh, because it doesn't need to be that thick.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be that big.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Because it takes a minute to distress. We don't want to be
It
here all
sure
day.
does.
Okay. I'm just going to go at the 7-inch mark. And then we can save. It wasn't perfectly straight, but you guys get the idea.
I also, this is Lindsay has unlocked a memory.
Okay.
Unwell is the name of a Matchbox 20 song. Do you remember it?
No, but I love Matchbox 20.
You just keep going.
Hook it up, DJ Lauren. What would your guys' DJ name be? I would love to know. Oh. Wait, this is Matchbox 20?
Yes! You didn't realize that?
I thought it was like
'Cause
Gavin
I'm just
DeGraw.
a little unwell.
And I didn't know that was the name of the song either, but I love
Yeah.
that song. Okay. Matchbox 20 sings Push. And that's my jam.
Okay, now's the fun part.
Okay, here we go. Let's get down to business. Let's get down to business.
We gotta stop and craft.
I knew that you were going to sing it with me. That's it. Okay, if you guys know the song me and Lauren just sang, I need you to put it in the comments. So, Lauren, tell me your best tactic for this, because there's a couple ways that we were doing it, like on the edge of the table.
So there are gonna be a couple ways that can be done with, you can do this. What's wrong with that?
It's like the edges are trying to like stop us from
Oh,
cut.
because it should be bent.
I bent it.
Like that.
Okay. I just don't want to like do our table.
No,
okay.
no, you're fine.
So I took this little guy and just kind of pushed out. Do you see how it's kind of curved here? And that way I really get
you do
into
need to
that
push
sharp
that
part.
out.
Yeah. So then, I mean, I guess you could technically,
Yep.
It's hard to do it on the table, you guys. What I do, and Lauren does this too. She
I
showed
also hold it on my hand. As crazy as that sounds.
Well, if you're feeling frisky, you want to hold it and she's great on your hand, you can do that. Or if you want to save your skin and your fingerprints.
The transfer tape helps.
Please hold. I like to do it on the edge of the table. I do it on the edge of the table. So it's like hanging off the edge of the table, guys, okay? And actually, let me just scoot the Cricut over. Sadie, if I go to this angle, can they see like better of what I'm doing? Okay, okay. Let me just show you guys because I really want you to see. So like, here's the vinyl, right? We're just gonna kind of hang it off the edge. And then I'm gonna take my cheese grater. I'm gonna use one hand to hold it. And then I am literally scraping this with a cheese grater. Now you don't want it to be in a pattern. You wanna make sure that you're like turning it and just doing it in some sections, like.
And this distressing, literally, like you can even take a some like needle nose tweezers and like just pluck pieces out of it.
Yeah. Cause sometimes it will like leave little chunks that you may not want.
Here's these.
Beautiful.
And especially with like these chunks hanging out, like you can just come in and like
Kind of pluck them off.
or like even come in here. I've done this where I just kind of like
Nicked it.
like with a
Oh,
line,
yeah.
like that.
See, this is fun. Okay, cool.
Anyway, lots of different ways you can do it.
Yeah. And so just get it as distressed as you want it. So I'm just going to keep on.
Yes. So Jenna asked, do you do the grading before you weed?
Before you cut or
before you
anything.
cut or anything, you need to distress or grate your vinyl before you do anything because, excuse me, it will still cut and like it will cut through some of the distressing, which makes it look even more authentic, which is what you're wanting. And then what you can do after you have cut it and maybe you noticed, oh, well, this area doesn't have as much distressing as I want, you can go back and distress it a little bit more.
Yes. And a good way to see how much you've done is like flip it back over and look at it from the front. And then you can come back, flip it back over. So we're distressing this from the back side, like not the carrier sheet side. We're actually distressing the actual vinyl, okay?
Yes.
And so you can kind of come in here and pull some little holes. I love distressing. Like whenever distressed furniture was in, I was like, sign me up. Like it's just fun. Honestly, kind of stress relieving. Yes, and if you over distress, it does get a little hairy.
You do have to be careful about that.
Yeah, so just pluck off anything because we want our vinyl to adhere, and there's enough non-distressed areas that it will still adhere, but I try to get off the stuff that we don't need.
Joanna asked, I wonder if sandpaper would also work.
Probably.
I don't know that sandpaper is